You good?
Yeah, I'm also on your eye level now. You're not like looking down at me.
I never felt like I was looking down at you.
Well, I did. So I can like slightly turn and also look at you.
Okay. Well, new chair. Who this?
New chair, who it is?
That's great for you. I love that for you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to That's Hard Golf with AC and who is this?
Britt,
That's it.
Britt.
Um, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to be back. This is episode. I'm sorry. This is hole 4.
Yep.
This is hole 4. So getting close to halfway through the front 9 here. Um, I'm excited for some of the things that we're going to discuss today. Actually, I have no idea what we're going to discuss today. I have a few things on the docket, but other than that, we're going to just see where things take us. But I am excited because this week, and possibly with this episode, we will release our 9 holes together because we did go out and play 9 last week. Did you forget?
Oh yeah.
I think you forgot.
And I swallowed
We
out.
did play 9. So I think it's good for people to, first of all, if you haven't played, just to get some exposure to, first of all, just how, I don't know, for lack of a better term, lighthearted it is just to go play golf. Like it doesn't have to be this intimidating thing. You can just go out there. You don't got to be dressed to the nines. You can just go out there and play. And I will say that last week we talked about some etiquette things. So there's a few things that we missed, so that I'll touch on, and then we'll talk a little bit about golf clubs today. A couple pieces from professional golf that I want to touch on, and then of course our relationship segment. Another new thing that I want to touch on in terms of our YouTube channel is that, of course, we do our full episodes with those 3 topics, but I am going to begin to not only release the full episode, but release the segments of our episode. So just release the new golfer segment as its own video, the pro segment as its own video, and then the marriage segment as its own video, just in case there's anybody who, maybe just wants to see a particular segment, maybe not watch the full episode. That'll be available for you at the time of new episode release. So I definitely want to give a heads up on that. So just when you go to our channel, take a look at our playlist, and it will be segmented appropriately, as I think that will be helpful. That will be helpful from a titling perspective and being sure that you can get to the content that you want to see, and not be wasting time listening to me babble about stuff you don't care about,
Right.
So,
Like I do.
oh, what part do you do?
All of it. Listen to you babble all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't enjoy that? We don't care. Let's keep it. Did that offend you?
A little.
Damn, that was the point. Let's jump right into the new golfer segment. Like I said last week, we touched on etiquette, but babe, we missed some stuff.
What did we miss?
We missed some stuff, and we actually touched on this in our 9 holes, and one big one on the putting green, walking in people's lines. Walking in
Yeah.
people's lines. So, when everybody is playing and we all reach the green, typically you'll mark your ball. This means that if my ball is on the green, I'll put a marker down behind my ball and then pick my ball up. This is until I'm ready to put. There's a multitude of markers you can use. They sell ball markers. Some are very customized. They could be your favorite sports team. They could be golf course related. Sometimes you could just find a little blank one, and it's literally just a little circle that you put on the ground. Some people use a T. So when I'm missing my ball marker, I'll use a T. But when you're marking your ball, it's very important that as you walk around the green, you are very cognizant of where everybody's ball or ball marker is, because the line between their ball and the hole, you don't want to step on that line. And this may be kind of hard to explain, so maybe I have to throw up a visual up.
Yeah.
But you do not want to step on their line. You want to be very courteous. So most of the time people will just walk around the line. And if you have to, you'll step over it. But, I think it's always best practice to walk around the line. The reason this is done is because, going back to, I talked about this last week, the green is very sensitive. So, back in the day, it was more prevalent because everybody had metal spike shoes. And when you walked on the green, it would put these heavy indentures on the green. And you don't want your indentures to maybe mess up somebody's ball rolling. Like, you don't want it to mess up the roll as it's making its way to the hole. I will say nowadays, not too many people wear metal spikes. Either they're wearing soft spikes or no spikes. There's a lot of spikeless shoes. So less effect on the green today. Personally, I don't care if you walk on my line. Like, I don't think it's gonna affect my putt. I care like from a respect like thing. Like, I want you to at least acknowledge. Like, let me tell you it's okay to walk on my line.
Yeah.
Like, don't just do it. But some people will definitely get upset about that. Like, that's like one of those basic etiquette rules where if you walk into people's line, it's clear you do not play this game. And I had to learn that. I mean, I was definitely walking in a lot of folks' line when I first started playing, but I had to learn, and Brittany still ain't learned because she was just walking all in my line.
I did.
When we played 9. So be better.
I'll
Be
do better.
There was one more thing that we actually had a viewer leave a comment on the last video reminding me, but I forgot, so I gotta look at it. Yeah, so not only was the walking in the line a good one, but also just a note about practice swings. So when you're playing, very normal to take a practice swing. Just kind of understanding the swing that you're about to do, maybe just trying to gauge maybe how hard you're going to swing or how far back you're going to bring the club. But going back to the importance of pace, you want to be very cognizant that you're not overdoing the practice swings. I will say general rule of thumb is two practice swings. Once you get to 3, people like, all right now. And if you do more than 3, I'm gonna be like, bro, like, what's up? Like, you're taking too long. This process is going longer than it should. For anybody who knew, like, more than 3 is not gonna help you. Like, it is not. Like, if you ain't feeling good after 3, like, bro, like, yeah, just like, please just step up to the ball and just swing it. People got different thoughts on practice swings. Some people don't take any practice swings. For me, it depends on how I'm playing. If I'm like dialed in, I won't take a practice swing. Like, if I just feel very comfortable with the swing. If I've maybe had a couple off swings, I'm definitely gonna take 1 or 2. But I try not to take 2 or more than 2. The only time I might take 3 is if like that second one just felt horrible, and I'm like, nah, I gotta get 1 more. But still, very rare. And I'm an experienced golfer.
Yeah, I was gonna say for beginners.
Yeah, for beginners, yeah, it's like 2 at most. 2 at most. And I will also say at least 1. If you're a beginner, you probably want at least 1 practice swing, just to get comfortable. Just to get comfortable, because you haven't been playing enough for you to get that appropriate like memory. Whether it be muscle memory or just like the brain memory of making an appropriate swing. So definitely be cognizant of that. I mean, it's all about pace. Just keep appropriate pace. If you're taking too long, pick up. So yeah, that's the only things that I wanted to touch on from etiquette. Anything else you may have thought of that we missed? I can't remember if something we thought about in our 9 holes or not.
I can't believe we missed the walking in the line.
That's crazy. Yeah. Can't believe we missed that.
Yeah. I think that's it though.
Yeah. Hey, but I got some compliments on you. When I just threw it to you and you just threw off some etiquette things. Like, I got some people that was like, wow, like, like Brittany knew what she was talking about.
I do what I can. That's all I can do.
Thank you. I mean, you are just such a great contributor to this show. I mean, like, your insight and your input is amazing. Like, wow.
Anytime I can be helpful.
Thank you. I mean, what would I do? Like, what would I do without you?
You're
adding
don't
so
know.
much. You are really adding so much
to
the show. But thank you. So let's get into and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to talk about golf clubs, because we've talked about buying clubs and, maybe the type of clubs to get. But I just wanted to run through like all these clubs, because I don't know another sport that requires so many tools to play. Like, I just can't think of another one. Maybe like football when I think about like all the pads, but golf is very unique that it requires all these tools for it to be appropriate, necessary to play. First things first, you can only, let me ask you, how many golf clubs are you legally allowed to have in your bag when you're playing? Like, per the USGA rules, how many golf clubs can you have in your bag? Like, what is the max number?
10?
No, you need to go up.
12.
It's 14.
I couldn't even list you 14 clubs.
It is 14. That is the most you could.
Yeah, I could.
That is the most you're actually allowed to have in your bag. 14 clubs. So there's definitely something to be, cognizant of, because I think some people just like, hey, I just buy a new club, just throw it in the bag. Like, please understand that if you have 15 clubs, I mean, technically, if you're just playing by yourself, I mean, I guess you could do whatever you want to do. But per the rules, you're only supposed to have 14, which typically leads to you maybe having to make some decisions about what clubs you're gonna keep. For
How many
anybody who experienced, like,
how
it's
many
important.
clubs do you have in your bag?
In
Well,
this bag right
14.
here, yeah, 14. 14.
Could
I
you
got driver, 3 wood, 4 hybrid, 4 iron, 5 iron, 6 iron, 7 iron, 8 iron, 9 iron, pitch and wedge, 48-degree, 52-degree, 56-degree, and putter. That's 14. So yeah, and in terms of your mix, obviously I just named mine, but people got a different uh, mix of clubs. But there are some pretty consistent clubs. That's what we're gonna talk about. But that just remind me, I told y'all about the 2024 Chat Classic coming up this weekend. We'll have a video covering that next week. Very excited for that. But as the commissioner of that event, I gotta check everybody back. Make sure everybody got 14 before somebody try to pull a fast one on me.
Okay.
But we can kind of start at the bottom. We'll start at the bottom. So, which is for me, I consider that the putter. So you gotta have a putter. Like, this is not up for debate. You must have a putter. When the ball is on the green, you need a putter. And I'll be putting a picture of every club. I will put my clubs, but that's too advertising, and they ain't paying me yet. So maybe in time. But a putter is required. I guess you don't have to use a putter when you're on the green, but I mean,
What are
come
you
on.
putting with?
I mean, you can putt with anything, I guess.
Why would
Like,
you
you
putt
don't
with
have to.
anything other than a putter?
I'm with you. I agree with that. So, putter. Then you're probably gonna want. I know that damn train ain't finna start up. I know, bro. I feel bad for anybody who's moved to my neighborhood like in the past. I don't know, a couple years. Cause I feel like maybe the first year this train didn't even exist
Yeah.
and then never came through, and now that it be coming through at night, like late. Like, what is going on? So hopefully that train does not start up. But next, after the putter, you're probably gonna want some type of wedge. Now, this is where it's gonna vary. Now, just to explain, a wedge is pretty much a club that's designed to get the ball up in the air. That's number one. Like, it's designed to actually it's called loft. So, the club typically has a higher loft and it gets the ball up in the air. A lot of people use it for shorter shots and for chipping. So chipping is when you're right off the green and you're just trying to kind of put it on the green for it to roll out. And sometimes for pitching, which is what we would call a short shot, maybe like a 50-yard shot where you're just trying to get it up in the air and obviously don't have it travel too far. A lot of different wedges. A lot of confusion comes for new golfers because there are official terms for degree wedges. What that means is every club has a degree loft. Every club. But we typically don't refer to the clubs by their degree, and by that, it's like a 7-iron is a 7-iron, right? Like, we call it a 7-iron, but it
Right.
does have a degree. Like, it's probably 30 something degrees or something like that. But we don't call it a 30-degree iron. We call it a 7-iron.
Mm.
And when it comes to wedges, those are ones you see more often named by the degree, especially for experienced golfers. But for some people, we just call it a sand wedge, a lob wedge, a gap wedge. For like, I guess like just for ease, but for the most part, you can refer to it as a degree. If you are new to golf, just hang on with me here. This is the most complex part of it. Is going to get easier. I don't want to lose you. But a 60-degree wedge, this is like a high lofted wedge, will often be called a lob wedge. A 56-degree, that's what I use. That's what I would consider my sand wedge. I have a 52-degree. I would consider my gap wedge, which is supposed to be the gap between your sand wedge and your pitching wedge. But then I also got this 48-degree because I just got some weird gapping in my irons. Hold on. Stay with me. Brittany is falling asleep.
We're done.
I'm telling you, the wedges, that's the most like kind of weird part. Now I think as you get better, you love your wedges. Like once when I got my first 56-degree, I feel like that was like the changing point for me in golf because I finally felt like I had a club that could help me hit these 100-yard shots or 80-yard shots that I was struggling with my pitching wedge. But once we get through that, now we get into maybe the clubs that are going to be included in an iron set that you buy. So this will be your pitching wedge. Pitching wedge, will go. You got to understand that as the number goes down, the expected distance from the club goes up. So as the number goes down, the distance goes up. So after pitching wedge, we got 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron. Now as the numbers going down, 9, 8, 7, the distance that I'm expecting from the club is going up. So my 7 iron should be going further than my 9 iron, and so on and so forth. So then we get down to 6 iron, and then if you remember last week, we talked about how your set of clubs doesn't have a 5 iron
Yeah.
or a 4 iron, because those irons, they get a little tougher to hit. That's when you start seeing people play a hybrid or a 5 wood or something like that. Well, a hybrid, as you can probably tell from the name, is supposed to be a mix of a wood and an iron. It's supposed to be easier to hit, especially like out of the rough and like tough spots, easier to hit than an iron. And then you get into your woods. So this is, obviously clubs that are typically hit off a tee. You can also hit them off the ground, and they go further. And then you have your big boy, the driver, which is currently covered by Dolph back here. And that's called a head cover, just to cover your clubs and protect it. But that's what you would typically use off the tee. You can hit a driver off the fairway if you want to. Extremely difficult to do. Most people don't do it unless there's just no hazards in a way. Then you might try it. But so that's pretty much your set. In terms of how you want to organize your set, that's up to you. First of all, Brittany, do you have any questions? I mean, as a new golfer, I mean, of course, we've discussed a lot, but even just based on what I've just broken down, like any questions on that?
No. I mean, the wedges, you got me. I have one wedge in my bag,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming that is the pitching wedge.
Yeah.
And I'm just using it to chip,
Mhm.
and that's about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, and you used it for, like 50-yard, 60-yard shots. You might still call that a chip, but
Yeah.
it's more of a pitch shot. But yeah. So I think when you first start playing, you really are not going to be using like every club in your bag. You're really just going to be happy to just hit anything.
Yes.
But once you start hitting the ball more consistently, then it's going to become more important, like that you're selecting the right club and mainly learning your distances. So learning how far you hit an 8 iron, because I might hit an 8 iron and my friend might hit an 8 iron. But first of all, our 8 irons may be different brands, so they may have different lofts. So that means they may be actually built different. And then secondly, I may just hit my 8 iron further, because maybe my 8 iron is a little more updated. Like mine could be from 2022, his could be from from 2000, where clubs didn't fly as far or the ball didn't fly as far. So you got to play your game. But yeah, that's clubs in a nutshell. Not too much there. No questions.
A lot.
It is a lot, but I mean, don't even worry about that. Just go out there and play. The most important thing to know is like that a 6 iron go further than a 9 iron. Like I think that's the most important thing to know. Like know that if it's a short distance, be thinking about hitting a wedge. If you 120 yards, 130 yards out, and you a new golfer, now you might want to be thinking 9, 8 iron. 7 iron. If you get the 150, 160, now you thinking 6, 5 iron. If you getting like in the 175 range, you probably want a wood. Now once you get better, that's gonna change. You'll be able to hit irons that long. So I hit a 6 iron, 180 yards. 5 iron, 190. 4 iron, 200 when I hit it. I don't hit it that often. I miss hit it quite often. So yeah. Okay. That's our new golfer segment. Go get those clubs. If you got questions, put them in the comments.
I think we should talk about other equipment needed, like next episode. Because people are like, how do you know what club to hit? You go by what your distance is.
Yeah.
But how do you know how far you can hit? You should go to the range, maybe get a range finder, and see how far it's gonna go.
Sure. To me, it's rangefinder is like for people who really play the sport. Like I ain't gonna lie. So when it comes to like learning how long, like go to the range, and typically there's like little signs that say 100 yards, 125. Like that's a good just gauge, like when you first starting. To me, rangefinder a little bit more advanced, like just to give some background. I just got my first rangefinder last year. that last year? Yeah, last
Yeah.
year. And I've been playing golf for a long time, so never had a rangefinder before that. So,
Okay.
but I'm with you though. Remember, you're
Well, you said know your game, and like you will ask me all the time, what club am I using? And I'm
yeah,
like, well, I'm using this because I think I can hit it,
right.
but I don't know really how far I can hit this club.
Yeah, but that's because you don't play.
That
If
yeah,
you played,
sure.
you would know.
I got
But
you.
you know, just know that your experience is a lot different from everybody else because you are married to a straight baller. Like, and that's just no cap. You know, like you're blessed in that way, and your expectations are like out the roof when you go play golf. Because Brittany is somebody who, like, if she don't get a par, she like, man, why do I play this sport?
For real.
You know, and I'm just like, bruh, you know, when you get to
Like, what are
come,
we doing?
when you get to go out there with me, it's just, you know, it hit different. The game hit different. Let me stop before I really get in my bag. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Let me know if you got any questions. Hit me up. Put in the comments. Thank you. Pro golf. I really, I, I really don't. I I really don't have much here. See, now you bothering Dolph. Even Dolph looked up. Like, what the hell? Really don't have much here. You know, they had the Zurich Classic. That's the team competition golf tournament that we talked about last year. I'm sorry, last
week.
episode. Neither of our people won. It's actually Rory McIlroy.
Rory.
Do you? No, don't say Rory. You've
Yeah,
been hating so hard on this
I'm not
man.
hated on Rory. First of all, I'm upset that people get on Rory the way that they do, but also, how can he be number 2 when like Scheffler's balling out here?
Nah, you've been hating on Rory, and I mean, I feel like you've hated on him on this show, so I might have to go dig from that first episode because I feel like you was talking bad about him.
I
Saying
never said
what's all the hype on Rory, and
that
I
never came out my
ain't
mouth.
never seen him win. You know what? Actually, I don't think you said it on an official.
Such a troll.
I'm trolling.
Yes.
I don't think you said it on an official release episode. I feel like you might have said it in our last test episode, and I still got that footage, so I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it.
Pull it up.
But you was talking bad about Rory, saying
Release
when I never seen him win. Well, look, he just won, and that's another. I think that's his 25th PGA Tour win. 25th PGA Tour win. So,
nice.
Shout out to Rory. Him and Shane Lowry did win the team competition. So that's awesome. But one thing I wanted to bring up that I was told that I was slacking on, and this is 100% true, is Nelly Korda. So, you know, we talk about pro golf, but, you know, there's also the LPGA, the ladies PGA. Why didn't I call the women's PGA? Is ladies dated? Am I being liberal leftist here? Respond in a way
Ladies is
that
not outdated.
is it?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Nelly Korda.
I don't know. Everything else is women, so maybe.
That's the thing. I don't know nothing else as ladies.
Yeah.
But Nelly Korda, just won recently 5 tournaments in a row. 5 tournaments in a row, like, which is just insane. I mean, you know, Scotty almost did something similar, but even that was incredible. So, you know, Nelly Korda just on a different type of run. I think she done won a few majors at this point. If you watch her swing, I may try to even pull up her swing. I mean, it's just so smooth. It's so smooth, and she just has a very just smooth game, unstoppable. So, you know, definitely just wanted to give her a shout out because what she's doing on the LPGA is incredible. I don't think we've seen anything like it before. I could be incorrect there because I can't just say I'm some long-standing LPGA watcher, but definitely, you know, when it's on TV, like, definitely try to catch it. Because I think as an amateur golfer, when it comes to distances, watching LPGA players is very similar. It ain't like watching the PGA where it's like we can't, you know, these folks be hitting 9-iron, you know, 200 yards and just crazy stuff. But the skill level on the LPGA is obviously on another level. Like, that's like we may be able to hit the same, but in terms of like their skill, you know, I mean, from how well they're able to score, it's just not even close. But Nelly Korda on another level. Would love to see some type of competition between her and Scotty. If you're being honest, like, somebody needs to sponsor that. Like, can we get a match? You know, like the match series, like Scotty versus Nelly. Like, that would be lit. So let's make that happen. Shout out to Nelly Korda, or I think Jim Nance recently called her Kelly Norda. on the broadcast. Just something crazy.
Yeah, you did.
But also I wanted to give a shout out to this 15-year-old who recently, I think he got like a top 20 in a Corn Ferry Tour event. For anybody, Corn Ferry is like the tour you play right before you get your PGA card and play on the PGA Tour. Think about like G League, NBA, or something like that. But the man is 15, or the boy, the kid. He's 15 years old. Damn, what's his name? Yeah, Miles Russell. Miles Russell, 15 years old from Jacksonville Beach. Got a top 20 in that Corn Ferry Tour event. And I think they've even given him an exemption to play in another event later this year, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
What the cool thing about golf is, like, it's an individual sport that you're playing against the course. So it's not like, you know, his age or size like makes him like, you know, like in other sports, right? Like if a 15-year-old was trying to play against like an NBA player, it's just obviously, you know, he's going to be just outmanned, outsized. But the thing is, like, if you got game, you can play anywhere. You know, you can play any course and compete with anybody because you're not competing directly against them. You're competing against the course. I think that's just a cool thing about golf. So it allows these opportunities. But at the same time, you still don't see a 15-year-old being
Right.
able to compete at this level. And, you know, you play well, you can definitely be playing in a PGA event. You know, it's just unfortunately you're not pro, so you can't win any money. So until you turn pro. But you know, maybe you can turn pro early. I don't know if there's an age restriction on if you can turn pro.
I need to look that up.
Like if you win, like if you 15 years old and you win on the tour,
Can you go pro?
you do get a PGA exemption. So can you just go pro? Can you just drop out of school and go pro? That I don't know. Yeah, I'll look that up, and then of course, you know, throw my little asterisk up here, which keeps me in check. And Brittany in check. So shout out to Miles Russell. Miles Russell. Yeah, when I was 15, that's when I just picked up the game. Actually picked it up at 16. You know, we never like, when we gonna do the, you know, the Acee episode where we talk about my history of golf? Do
We've
people care
already
about
done
that? No, I never talked about how I got into golf.
I feel like you did the very first episode.
Ain't no way I talked about how I got into golf.
I'm pretty sure.
Ain't no way.
I'm pretty sure. You probably sprinkled little tidbits in it
No,
throughout the
I
last couple
know.
of episodes.
The first episode I said, look, I'm an avid golfer, been playing golf. I ain't say no more than that about how I got into the sport. But
well, that's special. We'll leave that for hole
yeah,
18.
yeah. Oh, I love that. So yeah, that's our pro golf, and that's it. That's it on that front. Don't really have anything additional. I think the CJ Cup or some CJ Nelson Cup is coming up this weekend. Have no idea who's playing in it, so not even gonna give any picks. We're just waiting on the PGA Championship, which is coming next month. That's the next major. That's the next big tournament. See who's gonna take that. So you got to think Scotty. I mean, come on.
Money's on Scotty.
Should we go to that? It's like the 19th. It's in
June.
no, it's in May.
May.
June is the U.S. Open, but
Oh.
it's where's that? Like Kentucky or something like that. Maybe we should go. That's our golf report live.
Maybe.
We'll get some official microphones and, you know, talk to the people. Like, yeah, like, you know, we do
Like,
the, we,
pick us
like
out.
no, we be media. We be media. Come on, man. PGA. I know you ain't just messed up my camera. You just messed up my camera, man. Fix me up. Get me back. All right, that's good enough.
That's good.
That's good enough. Hey, but PGA, man, what's up, man? Give us some press passes. I'm tired of this. Everybody get in the comments at PGA Tour. Acee and Britt need press passes. Come on, man. You hear the voice. You hear the charisma. I got you. Like, I got you, man. I'm going to give you great coverage. I'm going to represent your brand appropriately. So, you know, let's make it happen. Like, let's make it happen. And I'm tired of waiting. Let's get it. That's what the people want to see. They want to see us in some PGA clothes with a microphone and an earpiece.
I'm just there to have a good time.
And report on golf. I'll be there all week. I'll be there in the practice round. I'll be there.
I know you would.
So yeah. That is our pro golfer segment. Let's get into our marriage topic.
Let's get it.
Hey, actually, before we even talk, I would like to give just a small preview. I just want to give a preview of our 9 holes together that we spent as a couple doing the married thing. So this is just a
The
quick
married
preview. This is definitely a video you want to check out, but in order to entice you, I'm gonna just throw a preview right here. Take a look. Not enough.
I was scared. I didn't want to
I
be like you.
I understood it. Understood it.
What is this, a 5?
Yeah, that your putt was for par. Now this one for bogey. I'm putting for a fake birdie because I took another one off the tee.
Lies. I'm telling your friends.
Technically, it would be for bogey, I guess. 3 off the tee, 4 there, 5 here, 6 here. Sure, let's just say bogey.
Bogey. There you go.
Once again, I'm not recording this score, so it just really don't matter. And I hit it like a little hole.
You didn't give it enough.
I know. I hit it like a female dog.
Is that bird poop?
Yep.
Ugh.
Bird poop.
Geese poop.
Geese poop. That's correct. I should stop and line this up, but forget it.
Whew.
You always make those, the ones you don't care about.
Pull a Victor Hovland.
Oh no, Victor.
Yeah, I gotta go work on a putting grip.
Yep.
I don't
You
know.
probably need a larger grip too. I'm telling you, you just need new clubs, dude. Yeah. That grip's so little. Oh, good putt. That's the right idea. All right, tap it in for double. Oh no, Victor.
I pulled a Victor.
Scrub. No, I think we still both tripled it.
I pulled a Victor.
I bogey, yeah, I tripled. And I think you tripled too. Low key, you didn't finish a hole, so you technically been like disqualified.
Well, I was disqualified on hole number 1.
Yeah, that's true. I know you love that. There's much more available on our YouTube right now. That's our golf on YouTube. Check out our channel. We're gonna have even more content. More content. Not only 9 holes, but maybe other stuff that we do. And of course, like when we're live from, the PGA Championship and the U.S. Open, and don't let them fly me out to the British Open, aka the Open. It's on my birthday, PGA. So come on, mess with me. So yeah.
30th birthday.
30th. The big 3-0.
That'd be lit.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Let's make it happen. What's going on? What's going on in marriage? I ain't got nothing on my marriage docket.
I don't have anything either. I rely on you for the topics.
Yo, you rely on me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we talked about money last week. We can also talk about anything you want to talk about. Okay, so let's get into our marriage topic. Brittany, kick us off, man. I'm always kicking off the topics. Like, give me something. What you got?
Okay, so this week I would like to discuss whether or not it's okay for your spouse to take a trip by themselves without you.
Take a trip by themselves. When you say by themselves, you mean like completely alone?
Yeah, completely alone, by themselves, like a solo trip.
Is it okay? I mean, well, obviously it's kind of a broad question. I think it depends on some of the circumstances.
Okay.
What are your thoughts before I even get into mine? What are your thoughts?
I literally asked you the question.
Yeah, but I always obviously give my opinions first, so I'm just trying to.
That's not true. You asked me my opinion first.
All right, I was just trying to defer to you. I would be fronting if I didn't if I wouldn't I wouldn't be very happy about it. Like if you came to me and was like, Alex, like I'm trying to go on this trip alone. I mean, I would just be curious to know why. Like, what's up? And you're just like, look, I just want some alone time. I just need some time to meditate. I mean, because I would just be like, bro, like I can come with you and you just go be alone. Like, I don't understand. Like, we could go on a trip together and like have some alone time. Like, you can go to the spa and, I can go play golf and, but if you was adamant about wanting to take the trip alone, That's something we would have to talk through. But initially, I'm not in love with that, because I just can't understand. I just can't understand why. Like for me personally, if I wanted to go on a trip alone, it probably just because it'd be like golf related. Because I'll just be like, bro, like I just want to play a whole bunch of golf. But even that's kind of strange, because you can still come with me, and I can go play golf all day and then come home or come back to the hotel or resort or whatever. But to be married and want to go on a trip alone, first of all, going on a trip alone is already kind of a taboo thing. But obviously, I see a lot of people doing solo trips now.
Yeah.
Don't give me that face like it's not.
You said taboo thing, and
Yeah.
I'm not used to that being taboo.
You're not used to people going on a trip alone being looked at as maybe a little strange. You're not used to that.
No, not in this day and age, when going alone and doing something is related to like self-care.
Sure. Once again, I don't think it's strange personally. I just think it's not something most people are doing. Let me just say that. It's not something most people are doing.
Okay.
That's all I'm really trying to say. But yeah, your spouse though, I'm interested. I just gave my thoughts. Like, what are your thoughts? Here you go, finna lie. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. So I do think that there are some ramifications. That was a pretty broad question to ask. I think it depends on length of time, activity that you plan on doing, and I also want to bring it up that like I've never been on a trip by myself. Have you ever been on a trip by yourself?
No, not never. Like been
We're probably not a good example.
Like
because we've been
travel,
together
like
for so
travel
long.
by myself to a location, and while I was at the location, was also by myself. That I've never done that. Like I've traveled by myself, but obviously, like I was going to like meet somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't know. I mean, I've never done anything like that, and I mean, I'm an only child, but I would have liked to do that. I'm not opposed to going on a trip by myself. I'm not trying to spend a week away from you or anything like that. It's just if there was something going on, some, I don't know, festival or whatever. I don't know. Maybe not even that. Maybe just like a weekend, like a getaway, like weekend.
It's just, who the hell you getting away from? Like, that's the thing.
It's not about that.
What's it about then?
It's about you spending time with you. Because it's just like you just said, like you thought about going to play a bunch of golf, but even then you wouldn't want to do that. And you're like, well, you can go play golf and I can go to the spa, but that's still a joint trip. Like that's still a trip where we're together, and you're going to go do your thing and I'm going to go do my thing. But we do that already at the house. That's not something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what you're seeking.
Something different.
It seems like you're seeking someone different. That's what it seems like.
I think it's good to
something different, huh?
I think it's good to
getting a little bored. Getting a little bored with what you got at home, so you're looking for something different.
Cut this out. This is irrelevant.
Whoa.
This is irrelevant.
Whoa.
I think it's good to, I don't know, I want to say get to know yourself, or like just, to spend some time with yourself, and a trip is a way to do that.
No, I feel that.
And it's not, like I said, some lengthy amount of time. I'm not trying to do a bucket list of stuff without you.
Yeah.
But, a weekend away or something like that nearby or wherever, like, I don't think I don't find it problematic. I think it also depends on, what your relationship is like. If it's
That's true.
Sturdy enough, I guess, to withstand.
Yeah.
If that is not horrible to say.
No, I 100% agree with that. And personally, like if we being honest, I do think it would be cool to go on a trip alone. But here's the thing about going on a trip alone. I just feel like when you do that, like there's a social aspect that I think most people like kind of seek. Not to say that like they're trying to like get with somebody, but it's like there's something social you'll likely want to do. Like you brought up a festival. So it's like you're kind of going to be around like other people and stuff like that. And I think a lot of, whether it be girlfriends or spouses, may have a problem with the fact that you're looking to kind of like be like, you still like, you want to go without them, but you still want to be social. Like it's different if like, babe, I'm finna go in the woods this weekend and I'm gonna be in this cabin alone.
But that's
so let me ask you, Because to me, that is much more digestible than saying, babe, I want to go,
To a festival.
like,
Yeah.
I want to go to a festival in Atlanta.
And I get that. Like, I'm good with that because
Yeah.
when I said that, I was also thinking maybe like, I don't know, a museum, some
Mhm.
tour or something,
Mhm.
you know, just an activity or activities, but that aren't directly related to meeting up with other people,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, you said, just kind of doing it to kind of be one with yourself or learn more about yourself. And that's fine. I mean, once again, it's like I can do my best to empathize with that. I can't say that like I feel like I need to go learn myself some more, and that's why I would need to go take a trip alone because I know what the hell I like. I know I would be perfectly fine on a trip alone. That's what I do know. That I am somebody who can be by themselves and be perfectly fine. So, maybe we'll do that. We'll do that this year. Take some solo trips. Um, you know, maybe that'll be good for us.
I just know that life is long. We have a lot of time together
Yeah.
ahead of us.
Yeah. Do we?
Yeah, I'd say so. And it doesn't hurt to do some stuff on your own sometimes.
Yeah. I just feel like we do.
You think
Just not alone. Like we do things without each other. It's just not alone.
Yeah.
Like you go do things with your friends, and that's fine. And I do things with my friends without you, and that's fine. And then we do things together.
Yeah.
So I just be feeling like that'd be enough. I guess I don't be like, man, no, I need to actually go do something like just literally by myself. With
I'm
nobody
not
that I know.
see, you're putting it in a separate category. And I'm not doing that.
Okay,
when I think of solo trip, I just think it's something for me.
Yeah.
So even if it were spending time with my friends, that would still be in the same category. I'm either doing maybe it's not. Maybe it's three different things. By myself, with my friends, with you.
Or were you putting by yourself and with your friends in the same category?
I mean, because it's away from you. Like I was thinking about the separation just with you.
Yeah, it's obviously you can go do. It's like most people would not have a problem with you going to do something with your friends.
No.
So that's why I gotta be separate from doing it alone. If your girl say, "Yo, I'm going on a girls trip," as a dude, you can't trip about that. But when your girl say, "Look, I'm going on a me trip," you finna trip.
Me
You
trip.
finna be like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm gonna go here and do this and do that. And
Nah, bro, you trying to be slick.
you can reach me at this, at this time. This is the hotel I'm staying at. Blah 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 blah.
No, I'm pulling up.
You gonna pull up on my me trip?
Yes, it's gonna be a we trip. Hey, what gonna say? Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's our marriage topic. Let me stop talking before I get upset. Before I get upset. Nah, man. But great topic. Great question. Let us know. Is it okay? This the clip right here? Is it okay for your spouse or girl or guy or significant other or life partner, as I like to call it, to go on a trip alone? Is that, or would you be okay with that? They not going with their friends. They're going on a trip alone. Are you going to let them get that lie off, or are you going to put a stop to it? Let us know at That's Hard Golf. Great talking to you. Great talking to you today. Like I said, please sure to check out Non-Holes with Acee and Britt. And next week, man, very excited to share with you all the conclusion of the 2024 Chat Classic, which is taking place on May the 4th and May the 5th. So I'll let you know who won it. And, you see in the background, you see them trophies back there. Next week, the hope is that there will be a new trophy. There will be a new trophy back there. If you don't see the new trophy next week, do not talk to me. Do not text me. Do not call me. Leave me alone. That's it, man. It's been your boy Acee
and Britt.
Peace.